if you're tuning into this video, I think you like video games probably as much as I do. I mean, let's face it, that's what this video is about. But you saw the title right, 36, my most anticipated 36 games of the year so far. Only the ones we know about, though, only the confirmed games. You know there's probably going to be another Call of Duty. You know, I've been hearing about a new Battlefield, which we need. We need a Battlefield this year. That's right. I got to play that with my buddies. Like, but I'm not going to include those on this list. It's just things that we know over the next 11 months or so are dropping. So let's get right in, starting with 36. What's going to be number one? You know.
Coming in at number 36, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Set in feudal Japan, looks to bring Assassin's Creed series back with samurai play and a much smoother parkour system. I guess we'll see. March 20th. Number 35, Lost Records Bloomin' Rage Episode 1 from the creators of Life is Strange. Take a new narrative journey into the summer of 1995. 34, Splitgate 2. The first game was a lot of fun, and this one looks to improve on it in every aspect. Think Portal meets old school Arena Halo. Coming in at 33, Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra. And although I don't know that much about it, it basically looks like Naughty Dog plus Marvel, and I'm in. At 32 is Directive 8020, a survival horror game, which kind of looks like Supermassive Games' version of Dead Space, I'd say. I'm waiting for this one. 31, grab a friend and start exploring planets this May. Revenge of the Savage Planet. The first game was fun and this one looks even better. So, let's go. Monster Hunter Wilds coming in at number 30. It's fun alone and it's even better together to get out there. Open world, slaying monsters. The limb targeting system is sick. I mean, you can make a sword out of a dragon tail. Come on, I'm sold. And 29 is the newest co-op adventure from Hazelight Studios called Split Fiction. If it's anything like their last game, It Takes Two, it'll be awesome. Me and my wife played through the whole thing. Very special co-op. Clocking in at number 28 is Crimson Desert. This game looks massive, extremely ambitious, great graphics. Everything I've seen so far looks like everything I'd like in a role-playing open-world game. Let's get it. Game number 27 is Judas, and this game is by Ken Levine and the crew that made all the BioShock games, and that's really enough. That's all I need to know. Narrative, first-person shooter. Yeah, this one's got potential. The first Berserker, Kazan, is 26 on my list, and this Souls-like looks beautiful with this distinct anime style. I played the demo. This one's going to be great. And as for 25, that's South of Midnight. The stop-motion animation style of this game is a breath of fresh air, along with the third-person action-adventure, and even the setting, the Deep South. Can't wait to check out the lore on this one. 24 is Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, and it is a beautiful Unreal Engine 5 remake of the classic Metal Gear Solid 3 way back in 2004. Landing in at 23 is Mixtape. This game seems heavy on the narrative, heavy on the 90s style, heavy on the 90s soundtrack, and I can't wait to see it unfold later this year. Number 22 is Ninja Gaiden 4. This game looks to be jam-packed full of epic hack and slash combat. And 21 is Atomfall. I mean, this game looks like Stalker, Metro, Fallout, had some sort of love baby. Made an awesome looking game. I can't wait. Survival, crafting, all sorts of goodness. Mistfall Hunter is number 20, and this extraction player versus enemy RPG looks like a blast. Heavy on the Souls-like, heavy on the extract with the treasures after you kill the bad guys, or you don't get the goods. Inzoi looks to be every Sims player's fantasy. I mean, this looks like an upgrade on every level. The graphics, the customization, the simulation, coming to PC and then console later. And that is 19. At 18 is Arc Raiders. It's a PvPvE third-person extraction shooter set on a post-apocalyptic planet. And it really sounds kind of like Division, but more sci-fi. And that's awesome. 17 is Doom the Dark Ages. And I mean, when you're a game in the Doom series, you really need no introduction. but this one especially looks like a hell of a good time. The Wolf Among Us 2 is number 16 on my list, and it is a noir thriller, choose your own adventure style game from Telltale Games. I'm looking forward to getting back with Big B Wolf soon. See you in Fabletown. Take it back to the origins of the mobsters, and number 15 on my list, Mafia: The Old Country. This game looks pretty spectacular. Unreal Engine 5. Basically live out a mob story throughout the game. Narrative driven. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Have you seen the art style for this game? This game looks gorgeous. Turn-based combat mixed with real-time mechanics. Wow. Let's get this one. Keep your eye out for this game. And that's why it's 14. Number 13 is Chronos: The New Dawn by Bloober Team. A twisted tale of time travel, made in Unreal Engine 5, survival horror. Keep your eyes out for this game. Gonna be sweet. And my number 12 game is FBC Firebreak, made by Remedy. And anything Remedy makes is basically gold. I know this game's gonna be great. Set in the Control universe, which means Alan Wake might show up, Control, maybe even Max Payne. 3-person co-op shooting. I mean, I can't wait to see more. And number 11 is Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. This Souls-like action RPG is set in a fantastical remake of the late Ming Dynasty, and it looks fantastic. And taking the 10th spot is Replaced, a cinematic sci-fi pixel art platformer. It reminds me a lot of one of my favorite games of all time, Flashback. I gotta check this one out. In 9th place is Borderlands 4. Borderlands is back, baby. And I'm not talking about that movie that they put out with Kevin Hart. I'm talking like Borderlands 1 and 2. This is said to return to that type of vibe. Man, some of the best loot and shoot you could ever have. And 8 is Ark 2. Huge dinosaurs? Check. Awesome open world? Check. Play it solo or with friends? Also check. Vin Diesel? Check. Crazy good crafting system. This just all around looks impeccable. 7 is Avowed, coming out in just a couple weeks actually. Looks like a great single-player RPG from Obsidian. Every game Obsidian has made has literally been awesome, and I don't think this will be any different. The number 6 game is Dying Light: The Beast. This looks incredible. I love Dying Light, and this one looks better on every level, amped up in every category, especially the horror. Up at 5, which again is another sequel, Subnautica 2. Which seems to take everything that made Subnautica special, up it all, and then add co-op support. This underwater survival action game. Number 4 is the second Obsidian game on the list, The Outer Worlds 2. And this sci-fi action-packed space RPG looks great. Keep your eyes peeled. And the 3rd place, Elden Ring Night Rain, coming out this year. So it's Elden Ring, plus you can play solo or up to 3-player co-op, as you battle all the bosses from different Dark Souls and Elden Ring games. And that sounds insanely sick, so let's do that. And the number 2 spot goes to Fable. It's been a while, but we returned to Fable, this time with Playground Games. And honestly, it looks better than ever if it can keep the tone of the first Fable. Plus the visuals look stunning, and there's an all-dynamic weather system. And finally, number 1 on the list is, of course, Grand Theft Auto 6. As I'm sure it's number 1 on most people's list, I think this game's really going to push video gaming to a whole new level on a lot of different fronts. Technologically, the money that it makes, it's just going to be awesome. I will be there day 1, will you? And there you have it, 36 games confirmed for this year. That is a lot of good-looking games. I mean, I don't think I was surprised about GTA 6. Were you? Really? It's going to be awesome. Like, I'm so into that game. So into the whole series. My whole life, GTA. It's kind of been there in games, you know, as one of the best, like, a milestone in gaming. Every time it comes out. Now, keep in mind, I didn't mention Nintendo Switch stuff. Nintendo Switch 2 is not actually confirmed, or that would be on the list. The Battlefield that they were talking about online, that's not on the list. Things like that, but still, without that, already 36 games, come on. I do think 2025 will be one of the best years in gaming ever. Let's play.